Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. The match that just ended between Barcelona and Inter Milan today, it was an absolute madness. A 3-3 draw in the first leg of the Champions League semi-finals, like goals flying in, drama from the first minute to the last minute. It was just like an absolute madness. From the kickoff, Inter Milan caught Barcelona completely off guard, with Marcus Thuram scoring in like 30 seconds. That's like the fastest goals in the semi-finals of a Champions League game, and it was like lightning quick with the counter-attack, and you could see the panic in the faces of Barcelona, and they were nowhere ready for that kind of attack. Then suddenly came another goal from Denzel Dumfries, an overhead kick in the 21st minute, and it was like straight out of the video game. I felt like, what's happening to Barcelona today? Let's give credit where it is due. Inter's execution on set pieces tonight was just on point. Absolute intelligence, brilliant. But Barca didn't fold. Let's even talk about Lamine Yamal. Only 17-year-old is playing the 100th game for the club. You expect to see such a thing from like seasoned pro, people that have had lots of experience in football, but for a 17-year-old, that is not just talent. He's one of Barca's most important person right now, because this game would have gone another way or gone south. Ferran Torres made it 2-2 before the halftime, and it was a great moment. I could see that, the game was beginning to get shape, and we're ready for like more goals. At 2-2, I was like, if it's already 4 goals just halftime, we should be expecting more goals in the second half. And of course, there were 2 more goals, one by each team, and the game ended 3-3. The game just refused to slow down. It was pure chaos at some times. Barcelona had more of the ball, over 70% of the ball, and they were actually playing like half field throughout at Inter Milan's field. Over 600 completed passes by Barcelona, and Inter Milan didn't need the ball so much. Their 3-5-2 possession was compact, organized, and when they broke in with like intent to score. Barcelona 4-3-2-1 looked good going forward, but exposed at the back. They couldn't cover fast enough when Inter Milan had the ball and they were going over to score. Koundé was injured at some point in the game and he had to be taken out of the game. We just saw that chances kept coming, and Yamal hit the bar twice. And I want to talk about the free kick that was scored and felt like that became an own goal by Inter Milan. That Rafinha's free kick was like top notch. Like, there was no coming back from that free kick. Even if he hadn't hit the ball of the goalkeeper and it probably hit someone else, that was just so superb. Like, when I heard the bar, the way the ball hit the bar, I was like, oh no, this has to be a goal. Let's talk about individual performances. Yamal, what else can I say? That kid is so phenomenal. Rafinha was also relentless. For Inter Milan, Dumfries was the star today. 2 goals, non-stop energy. He won the man of the match. Real threat in the air. Thuram was sharp. Inter Milan had a goal that was cancelled due to offside, and that could have ended the game 4-3. Now let's talk about lesson learned. Barcelona, it's clear that they can't afford to start slow. They were down 2 goals up before even before they got their rhythm. And against a team like Inter Milan, that's always dangerous. Defensively, we all know that Barcelona needs serious improvement. Too many lapses in making, not enough urgency tracking back. Flick needs to sort out that quickly if you want to play in the second leg and win against Inter Milan, especially with Koundé potentially missing the second leg. The good news is that the attack is sharp. Yamal, Rafinha, plenty of firepower, but possession alone isn't enough. They need more control, more balance. If they want to win in Milan, they have to dictate the tempo of the game, and not like how they started today, that Inter Milan dictated the tempo of the game in the first few minutes of the match. For Inter, the lesson is to stay disciplined and not to get too comfortable. They showed they can score in today's game, but they also let a 2-goal lead slip. And even the 3rd goal, they also let it slip by allowing Barcelona to equalize. Against a team like Barca's quality that can come back to haunt you, they'll need to stay compact and clinical at home, because if they leave the space, Barca will punish them. So what do we expect in the second leg? It's obviously going to be intense. San Siro will be rocking. Inter will look to ride that wave again and strike early, but Barcelona will also go for it. They have to go for it. Expect high pressing, quick transition, and maybe even Lewandowski starting. We don't know. if he starts, then they'll have more finishing power, because I felt like because it was lacking in the game or was missing in the game, they didn't have more. They could have scored more goals if Lewandowski played this game. So if Lewandowski plays the next game, then Inter Milan should be ready for more goals, or ready for more threats. But the key for Barcelona is to tighten the back and make sure that defense is strong. If not, if they concede early, it might be game over for them, or they might not be able to come back if they allow Inter Milan to score early in the second leg. Honestly, this tie is perfectly balanced. It could go any way. Anybody can win. Both teams have showed that they have both strengths and weaknesses. And it could come down to one big moment, or maybe one mistake, or one single flash of brilliance. Anybody can actually win it in the second leg of the semi-final. Let me know in the comments who impressed you the most. Do you think that Barca can go to San Siro and win this tie? Or do you think when they get to San Siro, Inter Milan has a greater chance, or Inter Milan is going to win this tie and move to the finals? Let me know your prediction in the comment section.